Hi, I'm Jason Brown. I'm the Director of Advisor Success here at Foster Group, and I am joined by one of my favorite colleagues.
I'm Ryne Oller. I am a lead advisor here at Foster Group, and I work on our core wealth service offering. So I work with our next generation client, 30s and 40-year-old clients, usually helping them accomplish their financial goals.
So you just said you're an advisor, but in your own words, what is it that you think you do for or with clients?
Yeah, I think mainly what I do is that I figure out what my clients' priorities, their needs, their wants are, and then I map their finances accordingly to those priorities, those needs, those wants. So helping them just organize their finances and figure out what's the roadmap forward so that we can accomplish what we want to accomplish.
And what do you enjoy most about your job?
I think I like my clients probably the most. I'm not paid to say that, but for me, that is why I'm an advisor, is the client aspect of my work. I do love spreadsheets. Everyone knows that here, that I do love data and spreadsheets. But why I came to Foster Group was that I could work with people, get to know them, build relationships, and ultimately just be that a trusted advisor for them personally.
And you do a great job of that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. How has your perspective on being an advisor? How's that changed since when did you get here? How long?
I came here in July of 2017.
Okay.
So 17 was my hire date, which being a numbers guy, I appreciate. So I'll never forget that.
It's easy to remember.
It's been 6.5 years, and I'd say I spent the first 6 or 7 years working in corporate accounting and finance. So I come from a very data-centric, numbers-based job. And then I came here, and this is a personal finance job, and the personal side of it is the surprising part of it, actually. So I knew I wanted to work with clients. I wanted to build relationships, but personal finance success is inherently mathematical, but it's deeply personal. And so the behavior and kind of what's going on inside of your head and your heart, that matters as much, if not more, than the actual strategies or the investment portfolio. So that's the part that, for me, I'm still learning in even, is that what's going on up here with each of my clients is more important than kind of the spreadsheet or the tactics that I provide to them.
And what do you think your clients like most about working with you?
I think given, now I'm going to contradict myself, but I think given kind of the data history that I have, having a master's that's focused in data analytics, having worked in corporate finance, that I think just the depth I have with investments and data, I think my clients appreciate that. And it's always a journey of trying to provide all of that in a way that's, interesting to them, not just interesting to me. And so I'd like to think that they appreciate that part of how I serve them. And I think also I look a lot like my clients in terms of just where I'm at in life. I have 3 young kids and have a career that I'm building, and I have all these goals in front of me. And a lot of my clients are in the exact same boat as me. And so I think there's some relatability there that makes, hopefully, an enjoyable experience for them.
So, turning it personal for just a minute, but what's one of the worst money decisions you think you've ever made?
I would say I've always been a spender. So I try to tell my clients this because there's always this guilt they feel with spending money. But at heart, even though I love investing and saving, I am a spender. My wife is the saver. And it took me a while after college to grab a hold of the concept of saving and compounded growth and investing. And so I'd say one of the worst decisions is getting a late start to that whole journey. But I'm doing okay now, but there's some regrets in terms of not saving into a 401k or an IRA sooner out of college.
Well, the other side of that would be, what's one of the best money decisions you've ever made?
Probably one that wasn't actually a decision. There was a lot of luck involved with it, but it was just having parents that really prioritized education. And so going to a college that really helped set me up for my career was a big deal. I had some skin in the game on that, so it wasn't just my parents paying for that, but certainly it opened up some doors that wouldn't have been there before. So just the power of education and my parents kind of pushing me that way, that was, I think, a very good decision for us.
Now, I'm going to hand you a magic wand, and if you could have all of your clients believe or do something, or one or two things, what would that be?
I think it would be grabbing a hold of the concept of compounded growth and saving and investing, and just that same concept that took a while for me to really get excited about. I want all of my clients to grab a hold of that sooner than later, because it's really easy to be short-term minded in terms of life and finances. You're thinking about the next 2 months or the next 2 years at max, but the beauty with investing happens over decades, and it can afford you opportunities down the road that really no other avenue can provide to you. And so it also provides quite a bit of margin for you in terms of the future.
Yes.
Mistakes you may make, deficiencies you may have financially, or just different changes. So if you can grab a hold of that, you can mess up on other areas of your finances and be just fine.
Something we're going to close this way, but something we want to do with intentionality is create optimism in our clients. So we want to be optimistic people just in general. That's, of course, an antidote to the type of pessimism that's in front of us all the time.
Yeah.
What makes you hopeful or optimistic?
Yeah. I think when you think long term, the trends have been very positive when it comes to just humanity and progress. And so people are living longer. Mortality rates are down. The accessibility to education, to wealth, all of that kind of in total has increased quite a bit over the last 100 years and, over the last several centuries. And so for me, that gives me a lot of hope, because short term, you can get really drilled into one or two things that are very negative that can give you a lot of fear. But what's behind all the progress is that I think most of the time, humans want to move forward. They want the world to get better. They want progress. They want healthier lives, more abundant lives. And that for me gives me a lot of optimism. And there's always going to be a crowd of people that aren't that way, that they're just going against that trend. But in total, that is the trend of humanity, and they're working towards that progress. So for me, that's what I try to focus my energy on. And that's what I try to get my clients to think about, is just that reality that the world is kind of slowly at times, but long-term getting better. And that should give all of us a lot of hope and give us a lot of focus and clarity on the things that we actually should put our energy into.
Ryne, thanks so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I am very, very thankful personally that you are here. I love having you as a colleague.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah.